fiercest and at times most controversial rivalries in all of college football. The two showcase programs from the state of Utah. This game has had its share of fights, it's had its share of feuds. At times it has been a figurative and near literal war. To most, something about it still feels holy. Glad to have you along from Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. It's the BYU Cougars and the Utah Utes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Kyle Whittingham went out with a bang at the University of Utah. An 11-2 season, the Utes were a terrific team, just falling short of the college football playoff. But now, under the leadership of true Ute, Morgan Scalley, we'll see if Utah can run it back this season and get into the playoff championship picture. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So BYU's offense has the ball first today. The last time these two drew battle lines, it was BYU with the ethereal experience winning a close one.
And BYU took a lot of pride because they wore Utah down in that game, and they know they got to try to do that again in this one, guys.
Yeah, and now Utah's heard about it for a whole year, and all they've thought about is payback and winning the state of Utah.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Now on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on, bottling him up. That's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. They'll run the screen. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. So Utah's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. I'm not sure how much they're going to want to go after this guy because very few have had success throwing his way. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the Holy War between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
And Jesse, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent and all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. The run from the shotgun. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down. And the Utes will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off play action on first down. And there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier, using the back as a receiver on the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other side.
You're right, Reese. It's pretty wild because the rivalry dates back to the same year the state of Utah was founded in 1896. That's how long these two teams have been going. This thing is historic, and every year, David, it's an incredible football game.
And I love what Reese said, too, though. They've changed conferences. They've been independent. Whatever it takes, they want to play each other because they want the bragging rights in the state of Utah because it means a heck of a lot.
This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Fires to the right. Complete in the middle. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And that's such an underrated skill when you watch quarterbacks, man. To be able to see him, he sees the receiver breaking from the right side of the field, but you got to be able to read the coverage in front, and that's really good timing, getting the ball out of your hands, knowing when he's going to come open, and putting the ball right on it.
Grab behind the line. It's Parker. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Goes to the option. Makes a pass to Marker. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
The Utes have their offense in high gear. He'll keep it again on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This defense obviously came into this game prepared for the quarterback run. Linebackers, DBs, they're keying on him and just waiting for him to pull that football, and you saw their ability to get hats to the ball quickly.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll give it to Parker. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The run inside. It's Martin. Picks up the first down. Brought down at the 26 after a 15-yard pickup.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Might as well give it to him again. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
2nd down coming up. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Caught in the backfield, it's Martin. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
He'll try to get it through the air. Unleashes it on the run. Upstairs, he's got it. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
BYU with the 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Martin fighting off the defender. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
They'll knock him down right at the 35-yard line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the 1st down marker. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They'll run for it. It's Parker. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground with the running back. Crosses to 30. They'll mark him out of bounds short of the 40 at the 37-yard line, but a big-time pickup on the ground.
when the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The give on the counter. Got a little grass. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Off the play fake. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
You know, a big part of a quarterback's accuracy is his ability to step into throws. To be accurate, you've got to be able to be on balance, stepping in and following through. And because of that pass rush, that QB had no shot.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Kick is in the air. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Got it behind the line. It's Martin. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your 3rd down conversion in the midst of this. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Not a lot of room to field this one. Hey, you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Seven-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield. He tried to make something out of nothing, but there was really nothing he could do on that play.
And I hope offensively that's not going to make them quit on this option play. That's a scheme that really puts the defense in a bind. If I were them, I wouldn't let that play stop them from trying to run it later in this game.
Quarterback will keep it. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They punted away on 4th down. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give on the option. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Utes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll run the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. There's a crease. Got enough for the 1st. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Utes. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Instead of running the traditional option where the running back is the pitch man, nice job by the offense, getting creative, getting a way to get their speedster, a playmaker, a receiver the football in space, and he does the rest.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the 1st time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. On the move from inside his 5. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Tradition a huge part in college football, and this rivalry has its place among the very best. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. On the option. The option, the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys, they've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback and the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
Showing off that weight room work as he gets across the 20 and up to the 22.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the tight end. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Hauls it in, looking for space. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
That's a really good job by this defense because second and short, a lot of times, you're thinking pass. You're thinking they're going to try to make that big play because they're set up in a good spot. They did a great job still getting penetration, shutting down the run. Now, third and short time. Probably expecting another run again. Who's going to be the most physical team?
Again, it's Wayshawn Parker. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up fourth down as this defense makes a play.
Let's go. Defensively now, we know we get a stop. We get the offense the ball back in great field position. A great opportunity to make some strikes, maybe score some points. Let's go defense.
The Utes decide to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That's the beauty of misdirection in the run game, right? You try to show the defense one look, and then you come back and hit them the other way when they're not expecting it.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
So now it's second and long. Tight end now in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. Third and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. They'll go right back to the run. Could be an alley. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Pocket breaking down. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Man, that linebacker is athletic. He can make tackles in space against very athletic dudes. That receiver's not an easy guy to bring down. That linebacker got him down quick.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. To throw, it's Bachmeier. Bringing the heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And coming into this game, talking to coaches, man, they were worried about how fast this defense was, how physical it was. And so far throughout this game, man, it's shown up. Like the speed, the tackling, the eye discipline. They've done such a good job owning this football game early. And it's on the offense now that they've got to find some answers.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
The Utes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Breaks into the open. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage. And as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
And the Utes getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Keeps it on the option. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And they can't make the connection. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Dampier. Under fire. And down he goes.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
The Utes will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Running inside, it's Martin. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Tight end finds a soft spot. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Takes the easy completion. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Great job by the quarterback to beat the blitz by getting rid of the football, and as a bonus, they get the first down.
Yeah, that's a good example of a quarterback knowing where his answers are. He sees the blitz coming, he finds his running back running out of the backfield, and they're able to make that defense pay.
They'll move the tight end. Gonna run it. It's Briggs. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got the tight end. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
I love the job by the receiver there on the crow route against zone coverage because he finds the soft spot, but he also does a nice job coming back to the football, and it's not easy. When your quarterback's got a cannon like this guy does, and he's throwing a bullet at you, there's a lot of guys that would be hesitant and they would want to wait for the ball. Not this guy. He went and attacked it.
Finding some room. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it, and right now he's doing some damage on this defense.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Dampier. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Keeps it himself. Touchdown, Utah! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, it's so nice to have an offense that can do so many different things and attack you different ways. When you run the option the normal way with a running back, the defense knows how to play it. But how about this? The receiver out wide, now a little confusion. QB takes advantage and punches it in for 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They marched the ball 51 yards for the score. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Lyons. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
And the Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your 3rd down conversion in the midst of this. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quick strike complete.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get 1 more snap off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Beehive boot is on the line, and already BYU and Utah have given us some stirring moments. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. With that, let's send it back to our guys in the booth to see how the battle between Utah and BYU plays out.
BYU about to kick it off to open the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. That's the sophomore running back they're taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Motion from the wide receiver. On the option. He'll do it himself. The give to the tailback. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Wants to throw. It's Dampier. Under fire. Still looking. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
He lost one down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Punt is on its way. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they... Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the 1st.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Buckmeyer. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Wants to bring it back. Was looking for more running room but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab down the middle. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Motion from the wideout. Looking for space. It's Bray. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. A They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. He'll run it again. Got enough for the first. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Utes are flying down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
Quick release by the QB. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Unloads quickly. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run the option. Pulls it on the option. Here's the handoff. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Got his man. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
Well, they weren't throwing to the sticks on that 3rd down. They hit the drag route. They get a nice gain, but that now sets up 4th down with more yards to go, and it's decision time. I think moving forward on 3rd downs, you got to start thinking about routes down the field.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Number 17, Celtic.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback,
There's some room. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. To the ground. He's got it again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Throws to the tight end. That's reeled in, it's Lions. They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
They'll try to run for it. They just needed inches. Instead, they lost 3 feet. What a play by the defense.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. He got his hands on it but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Dampier. Working that left side now. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
And those plays are never going to be on the highlight tapes, but man, you love a QB that on 3rd down can understand spacing, can understand how to check the football down, let their running back do the rest, get the 1st down, move the sticks, so then you can make the big play later on in this drive.
Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
The Utes send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Not a lot of room to make this catch. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. That's caught, it's Martin. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up second and short?
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
And man, that's another drive for this offense where it's frustration. You're looking to the sidelines, there's not a lot of juice, man. They haven't been able to get going and put drives together and score points. They've got to find something because this game's starting to creep along, and they really need to make something happen.
And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. From the gun, running back on the move. Didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The run inside. It's Brake. Follows a good block there. Picks up 3s out to the 9.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They'll mark him down at the 17, and that'll be enough to move the chains.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long, and here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
Rides the option, he keeps it. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I think both defenses are expecting to have a lot of fun in these conditions, right, guys? It is snowing. They know it's going to be really hard for these players to hold on to the football, so they're trying to make tackles, but they're also trying to scoop and score in this one because at any given time, someone can put the ball on the ground.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field possession than this all game, Dave.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Rushes on him. He'll get rid of it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. It's caught. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half, this is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create some explosive plays in the passing game. They're going to need a lot of this, and the defense is fully aware that they're going to throw the football. That's a great start to this second half.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. When you play receiver for this guy, you better be ready to catch the football. He spread it all over the place through the first 3 periods. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Got it! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. And it's their freshman defensive back who's down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition. On first and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. Off play action. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
The game plan was simple on defense. They had to find a way to contain one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. And guys, not only have they contained him, they've completely shut him down. This offense has no points in this game. Remarkable job by the defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Here comes the heat. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, and this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That's how you take advantage of great starting field position, moving it 27 yards. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run.
Number 97, set to kick off.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Fires to the tight end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
And the Utes have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. Leaves it with the running back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
From the 39-yard line, it's first and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Gain of about 4 sets up a second and 6.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They'll go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Handoff from the gun. They bring him down right at the 45. Not enough to move the sticks, but maybe close enough to go for it here on fourth.
And, man, it's a big decision for this offense. Like, having the lead, does that change your mind? Are you less aggressive, or do you go for the gusto? Do you try to finish this thing off yourself by getting the first down, continuing to possess the ball here in the fourth quarter with the lead?
He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Let's see if this rally can continue. A touchdown followed by the stop, and now they've got the ball back. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. He'll pull it down on the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for space. It's Martin. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Might have a chance. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
This BYU offense set up with another first down. Here's the pressure. Makes the grab on the left. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Running inside. It's Martin. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Looking for a man. It's Bachmeyer. That pass is incomplete. To work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's got it. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU!
Hey, man, I I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And he did get that extra point through with no problem, despite the snowy surface. So an 82-yard drive there, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. From inside the 10, here he comes. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle. And if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
Parker again. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Again, it's Parker. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down.
Offense facing fourth down.
The Utes will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Bachmeier. He gets it to the 31-yard line, a big play for this offense.
And I really love the idea of this guy running crossing routes, right, guys? He's got the speed to separate from defenders, but if you could put it out in front of him on the run, he's going to catch that thing and turn it up, and you saw all the yards after catch on that one. That was a big-time play, really nice play design for a guy with tremendous speed.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. The run inside. It's Martin. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Back to throw, it's Dampier. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the Utes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Pocket breaking down. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Third and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
The Utes will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Bringing the heat. Gets it to the back. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly on the move. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on third and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a fourth down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. And now, deep in the fourth quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. Pulls and fires complete. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And how about the defense? How big was that stop? Forcing the punt, getting it back to the offense, and all of a sudden, you feel the momentum now on their side.
And the Utes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Keeps looking downfield. There he goes. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary.
Well, they've tried to get this quarterback going, running the ball in a variety of ways, and they haven't really been able to kind of break him out just yet until that run right there. Nice individual effort on the scramble. It took a little longer than they would have liked, but maybe that's the play that's really going to sort of spark this offense and really maybe get this guy going more on the ground.
They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Really nice job to move the ball on the ground like that in the big game, but we will need to check on an injured player. The Utes are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Parker. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake, check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
The pull and throw off the RPO. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Screen pass just not working there, and you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
On third down, here's Parker. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
And the Utes line up to punt it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Snags it quickly on the left. Timeout call by the Utes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. The play action fake. Makes the grab. It's Lions. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have 1 left. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going, getting them on the ground.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Nice run. Great job by the running back, making a cut, getting north-south, getting some positive yards. Now setting up a 4th and short decision for you. What do you got on deck? What are you going to call?
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Back to throw. It's Dampier. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Lots of room to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, Utes! They move on top here on the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here, you need a score. You've got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
Lining up to add another. He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking for a crease, it's Martin. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops. Timeout taken by BYU at 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Handoff from the shotgun. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. The Cougars are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Uncorks one. He makes the catch, but the official's right on top of it, signaling out of bounds.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got his man. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. It is
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
He's taking a deep shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And a great way for this defense to finish off this game as time has expired. They were certainly feeling the spirit in this edition of the Holy War, and it is the Utes who take the crown in this one. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.